I believe that is the worst thing has ever happened to men is feminism. I do apologize. I'm not talking about women. Don't get me wrong. Women are the most respectful things to us men. Why? Because my mother was a woman. She's the one who gave me birth. She's the one who raised me into this human being. She always told me that you are going to be great. Doesn't matter what the world thinks. I know you're going to be great. She gave me that confidence to be who I am today. Then I met my wife. I did not know what kind of a man I was until I met my wife. She showed me that you are 10 times stronger than what the world expects you to be. You don't have time to sit and think about these things. You got to get up and do it. You have no choice but to get up and do it. And that's what men are. We don't have a choice. We get up and we do what we need to do. I have to provide for my family. I have to look after my kids. I have to make enough money so that my kids get clothed. You know, they got enough food in their belly. I'm not saying that the single mothers don't do that. Of course they do. But the thing I'm trying to say is this. Men are very important for this whole universe, especially for this world. Women are essentially same as men, very important. Without a man and a woman, there is no future. And we have made a massive mistake, and we have had our eyes closed for so long that we haven't seen what is happening. Now, for instance, women are fighting for their rights. They should. They should, because women should get rights, and they should always have rights. A man should not take away a woman's right. But what kind of rights are the women asking for these days? They're not asking for the rights which benefits them, but they are asking for rights which is going to, in the long term, it's going to devalue them as a woman. It's going to devalue them as a woman. All
The
right?
thing about that is, sorry to interrupt you. I mean, we've spoken about that before, and I'm quite passionate about these things as well, especially with my content. Where it has been lost is it's a misperception of gaining rights. Instead of looking at what is important, what have you been given biologically in your neurological makeup, that's what you should enhance. As women, as a woman, one works different than being a man. It's as simple as that. Science cannot change that. Our brain structure cannot change that. Neurology cannot change that. And I'm not talking about the wide spectrum of 100%. Yes, there are some people who may have more masculine traits and the others may have more feminine traits. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the general work on neurology, psychology, and biology.
Yeah.
How a body works, how the brain and the mind works, how we function. It's very different to each other from both genders, and that is where it's gone lost because we don't actually celebrate. We don't actually look into our strengths no more. We try to embrace things which we may not be able to do so because of less muscle structure, muscle mass, because of our brains working in a very different way. We then fail and we start competing with each other. So, unfortunately, nowadays, what you just mentioned about certain things where women want to become equalized to man and want to do everything which man can do, which is absolutely fine. But at the same time, it seems like it's then lacking on the other side because of this dominance which certain people are showing. That what is a woman nowadays doing? A woman is still raising a child most of the time. A woman is still doing the household, cleaning, cooking, and everything else. A woman is also, in addition, working as well and paying for the bills. So where is this equalization gone? Because of all these rules which have been applied, and people have actually forgotten to embrace each other's strength rather than competing with each other. That is where it's gone lost, and everything has become difficult.
Well,
There's so many arguments about what women are, what men are, And I think we need to go back to the roots. And that's where we wanted to put the question across as well. We need to go back to the roots. And I would like to know from you in general, you've mentioned about your mother, you've mentioned about your wife, you mentioned about how a boy takes care or should take care, how it's been raised in the Asian culture and the Arabic culture, very similar, to look after their females around them. It
Yeah.
has also moral backgrounds as well, where I can relate to that because I come from a South Asian culture, from South Asian background, where we've been raised on your brother will take care of you regardless of what. It's his
Yeah.
responsibility. And that responsibility is something beautiful because I'm not as strong as my brother. To be honest, let's put it like that. You know, I can be as muscly as I want. I can be as strong-minded as I want. But biologically, I'm not as strong as him. I wouldn't be able to work all these hours how he would be able to work for. I wouldn't be able to provide realistically how he would be able to provide. I'm not talking about being lucky and having a big job. I'm talking about the practical ways how a woman is being made and how a man is being made. And that's why these things have been lost. Instead of embracing and celebrating each other's strengths, we start to compete with each other.
The thing is this, it's I don't see a man competing with a woman. I've never seen a man tries to compete with a woman in any level of anything. I've never seen it in my whole entire life. And I'm 46 nearly. I'm 46. I've been in a different parts of the world. I've lived in a different parts of the world. I've worked in a different parts of the world. I work in the fashion industry. I worked in the different industries as well. All right. I work for Ford. I work for Rolls-Royce. I've never seen a man trying to compete with a woman at any level of any form.
I
I've
have to
never ever
object to
have seen
that
it.
because if
Huh?
you look at
So
even the equalization about 50-50 bills, for instance, there are there are different toxic ways around nowadays where men are also demanding women should do. The
yeah,
thing
there's a
is,
reason
when
behind
the
that.
balance is not there no more, when the
No,
balance is not there no more, one would have to carry more weight than the other one.
the thing is this, right? It's you got to have a look at it where it all started from. Right, where it's all started from. I'm sorry, but I've never seen in the First World War, all right, I never seen the front line women being the front line soldiers. They're not supposed to. Men are supposed to do that. Even if you want to go all the way back to the ancient ages, you didn't see a woman killing a tiger or carrying it on her back and bringing it home when a man is sitting in the house, all right, feeding the kids. It doesn't work like that. It never has worked like that. Men go and risk their lives. They always have risked their life for women. Women should, rather than appreciating what men have done for them, by the way, I'm not talking about that 1 or 2% of bad men who do bad things. All right. I'm talking about hardworking, everyday men who's built all of this world for you. When I say you, I mean you as in a woman and a child. And a child becomes a man anyway. All right. And a little girl becomes a woman. So we men have done that. We're not taking credit for it. We're just saying you should learn how to appreciate men. So you mentioned something. We have lost the balance of a man and a woman. Yes, we have. And I'm going to give you another example for it. Um, the thing is this, within the Second World War, um, women were asked to go out and work. They were recruited and they were asked to go out and work by Rockefeller. Right? They invested billions of pounds in doing that. Why did they do that? Because I'm going to say it again. The agenda is not men and women, and trust me when I tell you this, it's not. As you can see with a lot of my videos and everything, it's not. Men are not against women. Men don't want to compete with women. Men don't want to fight with women. I have not met one person who says, "Oh, I hate women." I'll tell you what, I've met thousands of women who go, "Men are trash, men are this, men are that, men are that." Okay, fine. Who made your lipstick? Who made your hair extensions? Who made all these buildings for you to go and get your makeup done and your haircut done? Your salons and everything. All the luxuries that you have. A man goes outside in the trenches. A man goes outside on a railway track, all right? A man goes and works in a coal mine. Do you think he's going into the coal mine thinking, oh, wait a second, I'm going to go and work in this coal mine and I'm going to work my backside off in the coal mine and I'm going to go outside and buy myself a Ferrari? I don't think he's doing that. Do you want to know what he's doing? That man is working his backside off in a coal mine, and he wants to make sure that his woman stays home with his kids and she looks good for him to come home when he's freaking covered with all blackness. That's what men do. They have crap for themselves and they make sure that their women get the best of the best clothes. I don't even remember that I'm a designer. I don't even remember the last time I bought myself an amazing suit. But I love the look on my woman's face when she buys something nice and she looks good. I sit back and I enjoy what my woman looks like. I work hard. I work until 3 o'clock every single day. And I can assure you, you can call me. Anyone can call me at any time. 3 o'clock and I'm still working. Call me at 6 o'clock, 6 a.m., 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. I'll still be working. When my wife is sleeping, all right, she's relaxing. I'm a freaking alpha male. And I'm a beast. I'm vicious. I'm ruthless. I'm every single thing you can think of a man being a man. But guess what I'm doing? I'm lying with my little girl, my 1.5-year-old girl, every night, feeding her all the balls. I wake up, I go to bed at 3, and I do all my messages and everything. I do all my marketing and everything. And I wake up at 6 with her. I'm doing that. A man is doing that. Why? So my woman can relax. I'm not saying that all men are like that, but I'm saying majority of the men would do that for the woman if the woman respects. Men don't need no love, guys. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this for nothing. Men don't need love. They need respect. You give them this much respect and they will give you the freaking whoa.
And I absolutely agree with that.
If you like the clip, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more to come.